Hi everyone, it's Devin. So today we are going to be talking about some pro-revenge Reddit stories. On the menu, we have my brother ruined my wedding by proposing, so I ruined his proposal. Then we have how I got a car dealership to give my friend a newer car. And last but not least, we're going to finish off with terrorize my family, enjoy losing everything and going back to jail. So grab some snacks and enjoy the ride. How I got a car dealership to give my friend a newer car. Circa 2020 January, my friend makes a stupid decision and buys a brand new car he can't afford. His insurance is like $400 a month. He makes like $10.25 an hour working as a shift supervisor at McDonald's. His car payment is like $795 a month. Now, at $10.25 an hour, 30 hours a week, that's a weekly income of about $300 a week or about $1,230 a month. So yeah. So my friend came to me for help because I used to sell cars and knew the industry pretty well. I go over his paperwork. The dealer did rip him off, but my friend is trying to find a way to get out of this mess. And ripping someone off isn't illegal. They did, of course, overcharge him for warranty. They gave him a higher APR. They had add-ons, etc. But none of that is illegal, and I know the only way I can get my friend out of this deal is if they did something illegal. So I look at his finance application that my friend signed. It correctly listed his income, which turned a light bulb on in my head. No bank is going to approve someone for a $795 car payment if they are only making $1,200 a month. It does not make mathematical sense to do that. So I start searching through his paperwork for the finance app the dealership submitted to the bank. Oftentimes, when you submit a finance application at a dealership, the dealership will take the hand-filled out application and reproduce it electronically. This is pretty normal. However, on the application the dealer submitted to the bank, the dealer said my friend was a general manager of the McDonald's and made $70,000. My friend had good credit, so it doesn't appear like the bank asked for proof of income. So I go to the dealership with my friend and tell the sales manager he's going to put me in touch with the general manager because we are going to be unwinding my friend's deal and getting his trade back. The sales manager thought I was joking. The general manager also thought I was joking. Then I demonstrated how his dealership finance department committed bank fraud. I showed the general manager the finance app my friend filled out. I then showed the general manager the finance app his dealership submitted to the bank and pointed at the income difference. My friend really made 14K a year. The dealership claimed my friend made 70K a year. That's bank fraud. That's a felony. Let's keep this simple, shall we? The GM sees his dealership and a load of crap. The proof I'm presenting to him is rock solid. He knows it, I know it, we are all on the same page. He goes, okay, so what can I do to make this right? I go, unwind the deal, give my friend his trade-in back. Unwinding the deal is basically the general manager agreeing to cancel the deal and basically erasing the deal and pretending it never happened. General manager tries to avoid that, but I remain firm and remind him we can easily take this documentation and turn his life into a living hell. He knows I'm right. My friend also needs a car to get to work the next day. The general manager says he'll check into it, and he comes back and tells me unfortunately they sold his trade-in already. I said, that's fine, unwind the deal and let's put my friend into something as good or slightly better than what he traded in for. So the general manager goes, so he'll buy a car similar to his trade-in? I said, no, you'll give him a car similar to his trade-in. The GM goes, it doesn't work that way. I go, it does when you commit bank fraud. GM is upset with me and I remind him, I'm being really nice and this situation can get really ugly. Like felony level charges ugly. Like losing your franchise ugly. So yeah, this is going to hurt, but it's going to hurt less my way. So the general manager goes, all right. And he looks in his inventory and he tells me they have a 2007 Focus with 10K more miles. I tell him, no, the car you give my friend needs to be the same or better than what he traded in. The GM counters, I'm giving him a free car. And I go, no, you took his trade in, you sold it, you made money on that sale, you also committed a felony in the process of selling him his new car. You are now correcting that mistake. This isn't a free car for my friend. This is you are correcting your mistake. General manager insists that's what he's willing to do. I tell him if he can't do better than that, we will go to consumer protection attorneys and have conversations with them. My friend didn't want to go this route, but it was our plan B. We get up, the general manager says, wait, give me a second. The general manager goes, I have an '08 Civic. It has 5,000 more miles, but it's a Honda Civic and not a Ford Focus. I unwind the deal on the new car and put your friend in the Honda Civic at no cost. We agree. General manager has the paper drawn up. The old loan on the new car is canceled. They take in the new car again, but because it's already titled, they'll have to sell it as used, and that sucks for them, and they give my friend a better car than the one he's traded in. For people asking why we didn't get a lawyer involved from the start, we could have done that. But the courts take a long time, and this was way faster to fix the situation. Some of the Redditors said in the comment section, good pro revenge, but do your friend a favor and get them into a financial literacy class. The dealer is a criminal, but your friend is an idiot for getting into this situation. Also, dealer has done this before and will do it again. If so, I want to know what dealer it is. I wouldn't be so nice as to settle for unwinding the sale. I just negate the payment. Well, blackmail/extortion is a felony in and of itself, so if you want to share a cell with the dealer, I traded in my car for a newer car on a Friday evening after the banks were closed. On Monday, I get a call from the dealership saying that there was a problem with my paperwork and I needed to provide them with $1,000 to make it work out for the finance people. I said no, that just as I had at the dealership, I had no money for a down payment and was told it wouldn't be a problem. I then told them that I'd be in after work to get my car back and they can just cancel the deal. That didn't work for them since they already sold my car over the weekend. They said that they'd call me back. A couple hours later, I got a call that said that they ended up fixing whatever the issue was on their own since they had screwed it up and I didn't need to do anything other than enjoy my car. I find it totally plausible when you put their dealership on the line for fraud that they would do this to get out of a bigger problem. It's just a car and they mark them up a ton. That '08 was probably way cheaper than litigation fees.
So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below.
Terrorize my family? Enjoy losing everything and going back to jail. Wife, douchebag, entitled woman 2. Hello, this is a long post, so buckle up for the ride. Myself and my wife had just had our second child and moved into a duplex in an amazing neighborhood that had its own playground even. We moved in and greeted the neighbors, a bunch of younger people, but they seemed okay. The first day after moving in, we find that they're gone and they've left their 7-year-old son on a school day outside our door with a bag of goldfish and a note asking us to watch him while they went out. Cue CPS call number 1. The neighbors and me got along really well. The old guy next door repaired bikes for a hobby, and the kids next door neighbor did woodworking and would always come over to see the kids and send his grandkids over to play as well. They warned us that our upstairs neighbors were trouble, constant traffic going in and out, and parties every single night. This was 110% the truth. It got to the point where we couldn't sleep at night and we had multiple altercations to the point that it was full-blown yelling matches. The landlord was useless and would do nothing to get rid of them, so I bided my time. Eventually, one night they came home in their red Mazda 3 and it was destroyed. They must have hit someone and ran. So I called the RCMP to let them know. At the very least, I figured they could get in deep crap, but oh man, I had no idea what I had just unleashed. Turns out the douchebag had a warrant for his arrest for drug trafficking. He got hauled away in cuffs that night, and entitled woman too got a visit from CPS again as they left their son home alone. Again, this wasn't once or twice, it was every single day. So my wife went digging for names and found the mother on Facebook using public record searches. We found out that they owed Easy Home nearly $48,000 in assets as they had taken off from the original address with all of their furniture, including TVs and a huge sound system. 48 hours later, the sheriff was there with a box truck emptying their house. They took beds, couches, TVs, the annoying subwoofer system, a kitchen set, and even the dressers. CPS came shortly after and removed the child from the house. I didn't enjoy seeing him taken away, but they never fed him, and he was always in the same clothing, and it was falling apart. We went out of our way to make sure that he had full meals when we could, not going to let a kid starve. The douchebag went to jail for drug possession. He was out on bail and hid the drugs in a dresser they took. Entitled woman number 1 went to jail for assaulting the sheriff, and entitled woman number 2 actually had a happy ending. Far as I know, after she lost her son, she went through multiple programs to clean herself up and started working to provide for her son. Ran into her a couple years ago and she thanked me for what I did. I got pro-revenge on the drug dealer and his girlfriend and thankfully helped someone get on the right path.
Some of the comments from Reddit. This is not a long post at all, lol. Story was over before I could even get the latch in the buckle. These pony coin rides at Walmart are way longer than this post. I got my hand stuck in the reins of one of those as a kid. They had to use dish soap to slip me back out and they got rid of that pony. The other pony stayed because it was a different design.
Well, those comments certainly weren't insightful. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below.
Brother ruined my wedding by proposing, so I ruined his proposal. I, 35 male, have a young brother, Todd, 29 male, who had a complicated birth and had to stay a month in the ICU, and because of that, my parents have always doted on him and almost denied him nothing. Even if it was to the detriment of my sister Abby, 32 female, and I. My brother drinks in on the attention and has,
On more than one occasion,
made himself the center of attention at either my sister, or a cousin's special event. Because of this, Abby and I have a strained relationship with Todd and our parents. Unfortunately, Todd met and fell in love with Lucy, 24 female, who announced her own pregnancy at the baby shower my mom held for Abby. When I proposed to my wife, Michelle, 30 female, I just wanted to elope, but she really wanted her family to be there, so I invited my family out of obligation. While out, my best man, Jim, 35 male, noticed a receipt from a jewelry store slipped out of Todd's pocket. Jim confronted Todd about this, which led to an argument. Jim told me everything, and I told Todd that he was no longer going to be a groomsman because I knew he was going to propose at my wedding. Todd cried to our parents. That led to a huge blowout. In my parents' eyes, since Todd never admitted that he was going to propose to Lucy at my wedding, I was unfairly judging him. I refused and brought up Todd's past behavior. My parents couldn't refute this and got Todd to agree to not try anything at my wedding. This wasn't enough to convince me to let him be a groomsman, but I warned him that if, as a guest, he'd try anything, I'd make him regret it. Fast forward to the wedding, and surprise, surprise, Todd walked over to Lucy and proposed to her during Michelle's father-daughter dance, and did it in a way so that everyone would notice. Cue my revenge. Jim and I had hired a woman to pretend to be Todd's side piece who cornered Todd and Lucy and claimed that she was pregnant with his baby. Todd denied this, but when she called his phone, I gave her his number and messed with Todd's phone to incriminate him. It didn't look good. Lucy threw the ring back at Todd and left in tears. When Todd saw the smile on my face, he knew that it was me, and I didn't respond to a single call or text from him or my parents until after the honeymoon. Lucy has thrown Todd's stuff out and has been denying access to their kid. Todd is furious and demanding that I clear his name. I sent him a text saying that I had no idea what he was talking about, as well as a screenshot of a bill for the wedding, and gave a vague message demanding reimbursement for half of the wedding costs. Michelle knew the whole time what I was planning and gave me the green light after Todd ruined her moment with her dad, so I felt pretty good, but now Abby thinks I went too far. So some of the comments from Reddit. Your family is effed up. Like really effed up. Would not want to be involved in a relationship dynamic like that. Jeez. Yeah, I've met some effed up families, but why do these people even talk to each other still? They would all be better off by just cutting each other out of their lives. Jesus. Exactly. In the place of just ruining his relationship, he should have just cut him out. Oh my god.
And what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. So that wraps it up today for r/Pro Revenge. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I'll see you all tomorrow.